Good morning. Welcome to Ag Talking Raw, where I talk raw about agriculture and other things that are on my mind. Today, I'm playing with cameras. As you may or may not know this, but my computer suffered a major failure. If you watch the OLF channel, you'll know that. These cameras, these GoPro, this is a 7, GoPro Hero 7. Their file size is just ginormous, and it fills computers pretty quickly, and I'm not the most computer savvy guy. I mean, I forget more than I can remember about them because, quite honestly, I just don't really have the time to mess with them, other than take the video, download the video, put together a video, and then put it out to everybody out here to watch. And what happens in between there is, it just starts filling and storing and filling up a 3 terabyte hard drive. Well, it used to be about 2 years. I'd get 2 years before it would completely load the hard drive, and then I would have to go get like a 6 terabyte hard drive, Western Digital, external hard drive, plug it in. But they no longer work for me. For some reason, after the first one, it just doesn't work. So what I was doing was, it's an annoying nightmare, let's just put it that way. So it locked this computer up so tight that I couldn't do anything, and I ended up reformatting the hard drive. Lost everything that I had, so there's no rewind video going to happen for the OLF channel. This channel I would never do that with anyway, but still, it's pointless to even go get it. Now, I bought these little things here at one point. These little guys here. These are the flash drives, thumb flash drives, thumb drives, flash drives. These are actually 2 terabyte. I don't know if you can see that, but they're 2 terabyte each. So there's 4 terabytes of storage. I've been told that these are unreliable. I know in an election they're unreliable because they disappear so easily. There's over 60 of those missing as per so far. But other than that, we don't have to get into that. But they're unreliable. You can't keep track of that stuff. You put it on your computer, you can always reference it and see what you got. But I'm going to try something a little new with that. I know this doesn't pertain to agriculture much, but I'm going to try and just take my video work, download it to my What's It here, and then put it onto this, and then take this, and when it's full, I take that file and then delete everything off of the computer or off of this program, and it will be stored safely onto these. Now, iCloud, I mean, we're talking terabytes of memory that I have. I mean, we're talking 30, 40 terabytes of video. If you do what I do, you know that it's huge. It takes an awful lot of memory to store this, and iCloud is not cheap. I use iCloud for my pictures, and I've already blown over that thing a couple of times. I take a lot of photographs, and just with William and my other kids, when they were younger, before they had the cloud, I put it onto hard drives from Windows machine, and I have that hard drive, 2 hard drives actually over here, which I can reference through Teresa's Windows machine, and it just gets very, very expensive to keep all this stuff. I liked it better when we had paper. Like, you took a picture, you sent the roll away, and then it came back in a nice little envelope, and you could get duplicates so you could share them with people. And I have boxes of those things, and of course they could be lost to fire or flood, or your ex-wife takes them and doesn't give them back to you for nearly 20 years. Yes, that happened to me. And I do have a lot of photographs, and I don't know if I've even shown them. Maybe I'll show them. Just hold on one second. I have some pictures I could show you. It'd be cool as hell. Wife moved them. If you've ever been married, you'll know that this is a chronic, ongoing problem for the rest of your natural-born life if you're married. Put my glasses back on to see. Sorry about that delay here. But I got pictures of way back, and these are some duplicates, and you'll be shocked to see some of this stuff. But we'll take down a little bit of my memory lane, and why I like these so much. Now, you could reference this stuff. Oh my God, there's so many photos in here. All right, we could start here. Look at that. TR-70 Combine. I bought that in 2000, I think. Look what it's sitting next to. Big Tractor Power might be interested in that. Look at that white tractor. that combine was cherry. It was a beautiful, beautiful combine, and it was in 2000 because there was a brand new TR-99 in the background. So I think those came out in 1999, 1998, or whatever. Here's a photograph of me way back, and Timothy sucking on a lollipop as I was working on that R model Mac. It's crazy. Crazy some of the stuff. Here's me wearing a different style hat, talking with my Uncle Irv. Yep. Oh. I'm going to drop this stuff while I'm doing this. So this video is kind of cool, but not really. That was me. Oh, I was I'm going to go through these things. A B-17. You know, I always had a fond love of airplanes. You can see that was in 2000 as well. That was at the World War II weekend in Reading, Pennsylvania. And if you watch Lord Muck, you will know that even he was at the World War II weekend. Here's a photograph of my ex-wife. That's so 1990s. Anyway, that was a long time ago. My sister getting married. Little photograph. But there's a lot of equipment stuff in here. A lot of equipment stuff. People I don't even remember anymore. Here's my sister and brother-in-law getting married. It's been like 20 years ago. Oh. So if you want to know what I looked like when I was young, dumb, this was in 1989. Look at that goofy kid and his girlfriend. Turned into my wife years later. Oh yeah. Yeah. Note to self. Note to 17-year-old self. Don't marry that person. Don't do that. Yep. Holy smokes. Yeah, just more pictures of picking corn. Maybe you'd enjoy that. My TR-70 4-row corn heads. Could have put a 6-row on that thing. There was a really good photo here with my kids. All in the... Oh, I'm hoping I can get it because I have all of them in there. And this farm was then sold to the township. And we still farm it. But, yeah, there's just so much stuff in here. Pissed off ex-wife. That's funny. Oh my God. Found my first car and my first wreck. So, what would you think my first car would be? Right? Well, I'll tell you. My first car was a 1984 Chevy Malibu station wagon. Was the family car. And Holy smokes, check this guy out. Check that guy out. Look at that hair. Anyways, here's my car. Smashed up. I smashed it. I mean, dead center. You couldn't have asked for a better tree kiss than that. And I fixed it because that was the only thing that I had to drive before I bought my pickup truck. And I mean, it was totally trashed. Huh. I had so many photographs. I probably ought to. Oh, and here's the my ex-wife. She did that to her brand new car. That car was like 3 months old, 1993. She trashed it. Freaking stupid stuff. You know. Yeah, there's actually quite a few photos of her in here. Little kids, my kids. My goofy brother-in-law. And this is my garden. And that's my garden. I had such a beautiful garden. Look at that thing. I loved my garden. I loved that garden. The garden was huge, but every night, my ex-wife, she would work, you know. And every night after milking cows, I would go out and I would be in the garden until dark, you know. There was Timothy was little, so he would be out there with me, and that would be that. So I was always an avid gardener. I don't do that too much anymore because I just don't have the time, and Teresa takes that over. So anyways, I guess that's enough of memory lane for that. Yeah, so today there's not going to be any video on One Lonely Farmer. That'll come tomorrow because I have got some footage back onto these cameras, and you know, of course I'm going to try something a little different. But anyhow, I guess 12 minutes of a down memory lane. I got a whole lot of photographs like this. I mean, there's just a whole lot. And I actually have 8mm movies and VHS of the first baler, the 5020, the fire that damn near bankrupted me. It burned my hay pile when I first got started in the hay business. Yeah, there's a lot of trials and tribulations. There's a trip to Canada. I went fishing up there for a week. I wish I'd have stayed longer, but you know, I never left home at that point. You know, it was like I'm married. Went up to Niagara Falls for the honeymoon, which we spent only 3 days there, because I was programmed to. There's work to do, and when you've got work to do, you have to finish the work. And I got married in October, so that corn and soybean crop needed to come off. And of course, you know, so I got married on the 5th, and then we were gone for 3 or 4 days, and I think it was a full 4 days. And it was, you know, it was a wonderful trip, I would say. But I always had something on my mind, like I got to get back to the farm, I got things to do. And then that next summer, it was in the next summer, Tim was born in April of '94, so that would have been, I got married in '91, so '93, we went to Canada for a week, and it was a dry year. That was the year the Mississippi flooded and just ravaged a lot of farm ground up there, and the U.S. government got after the farmers for pushing up dirt to block the river from flooding their fields. You know, I mean, it's your farm, right? You want to protect it, so you just put great big Diegelman blades on and start pushing them with staggers and John Deere tractors articulated. There was a run on these things, and they pushed a berm, 3-4 foot berm up to block the river, or 6 and 8 feet in some cases. They just pushed the dirt up, pushed it up. Instead of losing 500 to 1,000 acres of crops, they only lost what they pushed. And the Army Corps of Engineers made them break those dams and dikes that they had built to protect their farms, because it was flooding out the towns down below. The water level had risen past the farms and into the towns below, and all the townspeople, you know, got to protect the townspeople. To hell with the farmers, you know, just to hell with those. We don't count in the grand scheme of things, and that's quite obvious as to what's going on right now with China. China just canceled a bunch of corn and soybean orders. They're going to wait until the price of corn and soybeans depletes or drops dramatically, and then they'll repurchase for much less money. And that's just what they're doing to us now. And it's just, I can't. I'd hold out on them bastards. Like, oh, you canceled an order and now you want the same amount, for $1 a bushel less. Well, suck it, people. Go starve for a while. That's what I'd be thinking about doing. Hold that grain off. But brokers and the free markets and stuff, they don't think that way. It's like, oh yeah, well, they're going to take this grain and then they're going to take, then they cancel the order, and we've got it all in storage, so we might as well just send it anyway. The farmers get screwed for a couple of months until the price comes back up, and it's just a nightmare. But whatever. That's just the world markets, and we're just like, fleas on a dog's ass. The dog scratches and bites at it a little bit, and then the flea moves on and gets over it, and off you go again. And it's kind of depressing at times, but whatever. It's kind of like this COVID thing. The COVID thing, people don't think that it hurts farmers. Well, it does. People are still eating, but there's a guy right up the road here, and I'm buying cows off of him. Then we bought four beef animals, cattle, as you want to call it, because they're not dairy cows, but they're beef. And he's like, we can't even get an appointment at the butcher. I know a guy, so we're able to get one slaughtered by January, which is okay. But still, we bought them, and I got to feed them up with corn and stuff. My sister bought two, I bought two, and she's going to take care of them. And I told her, I don't care if it's the middle of the night and they're out, don't call me. You're going to deal with it. I'll feed them grain. You'll feed them grain. I'll give you the grain to feed those animals, and then that's that. You're just done with it. So, yeah, I'm not playing that I'm going to feed the cows and take care of them too, and then you get half of it. You're going to take care of them. I'll put the feed to them. So, anyways, but they're talking pending food shortages, and the price. If you haven't been grocery shopping, or your wife has been, you'll know. Price of chicken, pork, and beef has gone up. I mean, she had it on sale for $4 a pound for ground beef. Give me a break. Am I right?
What?
$4 a pound for ground beef? Yeah, well, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. And he's sitting right next to me, playing with a marker.
That's nice.
You gonna sit up here? Come here. Okay, fine. Okay, there he is. Look how big this little man is getting. He's our little man. So anyways, I guess we'll just weather the storms and get on with the day, right, Teresa?
Yep. What the heck is this came from?
I have no idea.
I bet it's from your knife sword there.
My who?
Your sword, whatever.
I don't have a sword.
Knife, whatever.
I don't have a knife. I don't know what you're talking about. Show me. Mommy's crazy sometimes. Yeah, Mommy's crazy, Daddy. I don't know why, but she is. What's Daddy do to you? Does he torture you? This little guy's getting big. Learning some words, right? How old are you?
2.
Yeah. What's your name?
William.
And where do you live?
Wisdom.
Well, that's awesome, isn't it? Can you count to 10?
10.
Yeah, 10. That works. Yeah, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
8, 9, 10.
Hey, awesome. And he knows his ABCs too, right? He does. Like, what letter is this?
William.
No, what letter is that?
Red.
What's that?
H.
What's that?
Y.
Yeah, E. What?
E.
And?
O.
Awesome. See?
Also.
Yeah, it's awesome. You hear this guy? So, anyways, his mother is doing a wonderful job with him. She teaches him all kinds of stuff, and I guess that's what it's all about, right? So, we're not going to play with the aspirin bottle. I took 2 aspirins yesterday, puked them up. Terrible thing. I didn't feel good yesterday, but we muddled through today and got it done. Anyway, I guess that's enough me rambling, and look at that little tractor in the background. That was sent to me by Jason Hazart, the Big Tractor Power. He was so awesome and sent me that thing, and I still am yet to get the little rubber stacks for it for the exhaust stack, because years ago my sister Holly, she threw them out in the yard. I could have killed her when I was little if I could have got away with murder, which I probably could have. and done the world a favor. But, that's a terrible thing to say. But I said it, didn't I? Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a nice day.